What up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady T. Marie with Itz A Chicago Vibe, and we will be dropping a new episode every week. Stay tuned. What up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady T. Marie with Itz A Chicago Vibe, and today we have some dope topics that we want to talk about. The Venezuela's taking over America. We want to talk about what's a deal breaker in a relationship. Also, the new movie called Deliverance. Stay tuned.
DJ Mr.Success.
It's a Chicago Vibe, now streaming on all platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. From Lady T. Marie and yours truly, Mr.Success. All right, everybody, what's the word and what's good? Welcome back to It's a Chicago Vibe with me,
Mr.Success.
and Lady T. And on today's show, we're going to talk about a few things. But first, let's start off with this new movie that's out because it's been getting a lot of backlash from churches saying we shouldn't see it and stuff. What's the name of the movie, Lady T?
Deliverance. It's a Lee Daniels movie called basically Deliverance, and it's basically pinned up against like Poltergeist and um, The Exorcist. So we know in Poltergeist, a lot of things happen in making that movie. A lot of the characters died making that movie. Even the little girl Carol Ann, she dropped dead. Majority everybody that was in that movie died from something dealing with that demonic film. So a lot of people are saying Deliverance is like, even though from what I read in a report, they said that they actually had a man of God on set just in case anything went down. But I saw in the interview that Daniel said that his sister was in the film, and I believe she played a role of her getting cancer in the film. But then 2 days later, she was diagnosed with cancer. So
Wow.
you know, a lot of the church, the saints of God is saying don't watch it. My take on it is that I feel like we shouldn't tell people not to watch things. I think we should need to prepare them for certain things, meaning people watch demonic things all the time. You know, they watch Chucky, they watch, you know what I mean, a lot of different things, Freddy Krueger, a lot of demonic stuff that's going on, witches, movies, and all of that. And nobody says anything. And I only feel like the reason why it's a great debate about the movie is because of the manifestation of it being a true event. It happened in Gary, Indiana. Um, and it's a true story. It's not fabricated, um, to my knowledge. So I will say just check the movie out, but you have to use wisdom. I wouldn't watch the movie in my house. I don't know where you would watch it, probably outside or somewhere, or at I wouldn't even watch it at, I would say, at church. I would watch it with some people who know how to do deliverance, who operate deliverance. And if you don't know how to cover yourself, meaning just pray over yourself, plead the blood of Jesus over yourself, because you don't want to open, people don't believe in portals in the spirit and gateways for the enemy to come in, and it's true. And that's what the enemy does. He found a way to come in. And so I just want to leave two movies with y'all, and to add it to watching that. We're not going to discuss those two movies maybe at a later date, but if you're dealing with any type of form of grief, it's a movie out called The Shack. It's a very good movie that, people be like, who is God the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit? It literally breaks down. When I tell you, it will have a grown man bawling. Any form of deliverance, far as any pain or grief, you lost a loved one, or just you need to be free from anything. I'm telling you, The Shack is a really good movie if you haven't seen it. And you may need to watch it more than once to get the revelation of it. Another really good movie is Divination. Divination is on YouTube. I believe it's on Tubi as well, and The Shack is on Pluto. Free movies is good both for family. I let my daughter watch it. She was terrified. Now that's a movie that's dealing with deliverance as well, and it could be a little scary. So, but it's not it's more so about getting delivered and knowing what to allow in your house and around you. And it's basically based on a married couple who both have an assignment in God. You know what I mean? The enemy, one person leaves a door open, crack, and then the enemy comes in. So it's a really good movie. So if you want looking for a good movie to learn more about the spiritual realm, Divination and The Shack is two amazing movies. And maybe every week I could come on and give y'all a review of good, movies, and not all Christian based, but good movies that can really help you or help your family get over a lot of different things.
That's what's up, man. We need more, like going back to Deliverance, like the backlash the church was getting saying you shouldn't watch it. But like I was saying, the enemy watches us. We should start watching the enemy, seeing how he operates. And like
Absolutely.
you say it was based on a true movie. I mean, on a true life story. So, I mean, maybe those people open up a door, something that they didn't know they were opening up unknowingly or something, and
Right.
watch the movie and for you could not make the same mistake. The church people should be trying to prepare people how to cover themselves for entities and stuff like this. And not just say don't watch it, just prepare them on how to watch it. Watch it for a
Right.
reason to get like an understanding out of it and stuff and what
Absolutely.
to do and not to do and stuff like that. And yeah, check out some of those movies that Lady T said, told you about, to get more understanding about just the spiritual warfare. Because believe it or not, it is a spiritual warfare going on, whether you
Absolutely.
believe in it or not. And you do open doors up to different entities and stuff to the devil can get to you. He don't just he knocks, but you got to open the door and let him in. Find ways to stop doing that. So some of these movies, I'm not saying they all true and this and that, but just get the message out of some of them. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say don't watch it because a lot of stuff that's for entertaining do be opening doors up. So just
Yeah.
watch with precaution and learn and live your life. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And I will also add to that, with anything, not just that movie, cover yourself, keep your children, your family, your spouse, people covered, under the blood of Jesus. Keep it, and you don't suppose to. I get the churches, you don't supposed to open up and have demonic things and gotta be watchful and prayerful. But if it's dealing with deliverance, you know what I mean, and it's based on true events, that's nothing but somebody's testimony. And
Exactly.
hopefully that testimony can help somebody else overcome. And like Sammy said, and not dabble into leave that open door, it can help somebody. And also, so that they won't, go down that same path. You know what I mean? Could get really this movie could really help somebody get real deliverance.
Right.
And from
Hey,
what I heard, the person, her children, when they moved into the house, dealt with mental illness because of the entities. And people don't believe when y'all move into these houses. This is, and I'm being led by the Spirit of God to tell y'all this. When y'all move into these houses, don't just be moving in anything that you get. I don't care if it's a pair of shoes, anything, a t-shirt. You better pray over it because you don't know what, even with hair. women that be wearing wigs, you don't know who hair that hair was on. You know what I'm saying? Any and everything that you touch or you come in, in agreement with, you better pray over it. You know what I'm saying? And bless it, because you don't know what spirits that's attracted to whatever that you connected to, and spirits are real. You know what I mean? Just like God's spirit is real, the devil got spirits out here that's fighting 24/7 around the clock so that you can't fulfill your purpose and your destiny. So y'all just gotta stay prayed up and pray for God to give you a spirit of discernment. That's what we need, more of discerning of spirits, because the enemy will come, he will fool the very elect, and that's just really what it is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you gotta, the stuff like that is, I mean, it's interesting and scary at the same time. But like Lady T said, you just gotta stay prayed up and, pray for the best and pray over everything, all your surroundings and stuff, and keep them doors closed from them entities.
Absolutely.
And moving right along to our next subject, a very interesting one I want to talk about is deal breakers. What is your deal breakers in a relationship, marriage, or your significant other? Want me to kick it off?
Ooh.
Go do it. Top
um
five, I guess you could say.
Well, my first deal breaker is being consistent. Consistency is definitely key, because if you can't be consistent, it's like we're gonna fade away. You know what I mean? Like a picture. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna fade away. And so consistency is definitely key. And consistency, ladies and gentlemen, does not always mean we gotta be together 24 hours in a day. Consistency means if I haven't heard from you in 24 hours, not unless you're in a hospital or dead somewhere, that's a problem if you're trying to build a relationship. Nobody is that busy that you can't pick up the phone and call a person, you know what I mean? And it's not nothing that I deal with or I've dealt with, thankfully, but I know a lot of women do, and I know some men who deal with the same issue. So, but my level of consistency is like, if you portray to be something in the beginning of a relationship, continue. That's my definition of consistency. The next one would be a person that cheats, and and then you gotta, let me tell y'all something. And this is for women and men. When you dealing with somebody spiritual and God, and they got a spirit of discernment, you cannot lie to them. I don't care. Like, they may not say nothing, but God will reveal his secrets to his prophets. I'm telling you. You cannot lie to nobody that's spiritual. God not gonna keep us in the dark about nothing. So you probably think you getting away. You know what I mean? You can, especially if you've been intimate with a person, you can, as a woman, you can feel in your body if you spiritually connected with them as one, and even definitely in a marriage, you can feel if that person stepped out or not, because it's more. It's like a separation spiritually. Like you can feel it. You know what I mean? Because you guys are one and connected. So be very mindful, of what you do, how you do it. Another deal breaker for me would be a person who just don't have no type of vision, like no type of goals, no aspiration, no. They just like, look, I'm just going with the flow. If you are going with the flow type of person, please do not ever try to like date me, or just keep going. Cause I'm the type of person that
Gone with the flow.
just keep going. I just I like I don't even exist, because you gotta write the vision and make it plain. You gotta know God put it in you. So if he put it in you, he's gonna birth it out of you, and he's gonna give you the vision. Other people may not see your vision, but As long as you walk in your purpose and you execute it. You know what I'm saying? However you execute it, that's between you and God. But have some type of vision. Have some type of goals. Let not your goal be, I want to work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. Ain't no working wrong with working at McDonald's. I know people who work at McDonald's who have own their own corporations. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting down because you work at McDonald's, but like let that have a better, you know what I mean, have some type of goal set for your life, so that you can leave something for your family. If you ain't got no kids, leave for your wife. You know what I'm saying? Leave something behind for your wife, your parents, your whoever, for the homeless, whoever. But you gotta have some type of something that's bigger than yourself. So a person that's selfish, I could not deal with. A person that is just thinks about themselves because I'm the type of person who I care about the homeless. I care about everybody beyond just me. And if you just a person like, say, if we see a homeless person right there and they hungry, you be like, man, they could get them something to eat. That's a major turnoff to me. I ain't saying we got to feed everybody, but have a heart. You got to have some type of compassion and empathy for God's people. You know what I mean? Oh, this one that I didn't discuss, but the main one that we ain't talking about before was you gotta love God. Oh Jesus,
Oh,
how could I miss that? If let me say this, scratch all the other ones. If you can't love God, you first, you can't love me.
no,
You
that's
it's impossible if you can't follow, if you can't walk in the ways of God and be the image of God, everything else ain't gonna line up. Your fruit ain't not gonna add up because you don't offer yourself, you and your flesh. So that gotta be number one on my list before anything. Loving God. If you love him, then we cool. I'm done with it. If you love God, we good. Everything else can work out.
I know that's right. Yeah, that'll be my number one deal breaker. If you don't love God, hey, we won't have none of that. It won't be no me and you. That's a definite deal
Absolutely.
breaker. So another one, bossy. Do not like a woman to want to be the boss, take control, let me be the head. I mean, I know it's 50-50 and everything. Suggestions is this, but when you take control and just want to be the boss of everything, you in charge. That's a no. That's a big deal breaker. That's number two. Another deal breaker for me is showing out. Definitely don't like a woman that likes to show out all the time. Out there impress people to show out all the time. Loud gotta stay. That's a big deal breaker. No, because that attracts too much attention. It attracts the wrong attention. So
Mm,
it cause problems. Open up some of them doors. You know, Another one is being too friendly. you know, that's a
yeah,
big deal breaker. Should no woman just be out there friendly with everybody, especially with other men and stuff, joking
yeah, you can't.
all the time.
That's
So, that's a big deal breaking. And of course, cheating. If we ain't having no open relationship, if that was not nothing discussed, cheating is a big no. So that there's definitely a deal breaker.
okay. We didn't talk about this, but it just came to me. What would be one quality of a one you being interested in a woman to make you wanna to be with a woman? Like what? Just one thing.
One quality, her spirituality, that's her spiritualness. That's one quality I would like, because for woman deep in the spirit, that means she'll abide by the law for men and women, you know.
Yeah,
So that's right there. She's gonna have faith, trust, all that if she's letting the spirit lead her, and that's one quality that attracts me to a woman right there off the top because I know her beliefs. I know what she believes in. I know what
Mhm.
she's gonna be that type of woman that's gonna be there for me all the time. So
Absolutely. I think too with this day and age, I feel like they got this new thing out with the alpha woman, and I just disagree with that. I feel like I don't know. I've been a pastor before, right? And well, me and my husband who passed away, we were both pastors. And but even though my position was to be on the front line, my husband basically just wanted to cover me. But I still never did anything without me seeking his advice. Or I
exactly.
never been like the type of woman who is just like, I'm an alpha man. No, I want you to lead. I don't want that role because them shoes too heavy for me. People don't understand, like, especially in leadership and you dealing with being a pastor or not, just being a wife. Like, let the man be the man. I could understand if you sometimes you'll find yourself in a situation where it'll start off with the man leading and then he like, look, it's too much. He fall back because I've been there. But if you in a marriage or relationship, and the man is like, "Look, baby, I got the wheel. Let me drive." You know what I'm saying? Go on, sit in the passenger seat. I think the reason why, and I want to touch on this really quickly. I think the reason why a lot of women feel like they don't want men to lead is because a lot of men, believe it or not, really don't know how to lead. Not all men, because there's some men know how to lead, and there's some men. The best way I could say for a man to learn how to lead is to lead by the example of the way God wanted him to lead. It's no other way. It's not about how your mama taught you, your daddy taught you. And I was in a marriage. I'm gonna say this. I don't even care because it's already out there. I was in I'm gonna say my second marriage. I'm gonna put it on that thing. Y'all know I'm transparent where I don't have a problem with being a wife, cooking, cleaning. I'm gonna do that anyway, whether I have a husband or not. But what turned me off with my second husband was when he would say things like, "It's a woman's job," like to iron my clothes. It's a woman's job to cook my food. It's a woman. He made it almost like slavery.
Oh,
That's a problem for me. Cause I'm gonna do that. The type of woman that what you don't understand, and oh my God, I'm gonna have to teach on this for real. What men don't understand, I'm gonna get on the women too. What men, but I'm just trying to help the men out. Whatever seed that you plant in a woman, that seed is gonna grow. So if you pour love into her, that's what you're gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? In most cases, depending on what type of woman you're dealing with. But if you pouring gentleness in her, whatever you pour into her, that's what you're gonna receive back 9 times out of 10 in most cases.
and
But
hold that thought, cause
okay,
one of my things I did left out about a big turnoff is a woman who likes to hang out with a lot of single women. Because of that, these new days age women, they listen to Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, and all them, and Gorilla Glow. That mean they telling them they don't need a man and stuff like that. And so all that porn that you pouring the goodness into the woman, they're sucking it right up out of her like that.
yeah,
You pour the goodness in it, but if her mind set is that she wants to run the show, Miss Independent, and nowadays that's how they building these women now. That's not it's by
yeah,
design, I say, make it harder for the man to buy a house, but they'll give a woman the house now. And you know why that is now, because it was a plan that's back in the 60s and even before then, women couldn't even get their Section 8 and stuff if they had a man living with them and stuff. So it goes deeper. A lot of stuff is, evil did to do stuff like that, to break up the family home, to strong
absolutely,
solid household and stuff like that. So it's on us as men, we got to fight back and be hard. Like you say, we got to pour that in and we got to fight
Yeah.
put down from day one. You got to show that you that
Yeah.
and stuff like that, because there's a lot of distractions out there, and they're
Yeah.
working on the women extra hard nowadays. They know if they go
Yeah.
the women, they're gonna kill everything.
And that goes back to the Garden of Eden. Everybody say, well, Eve ate the fruit, Adam ate the fruit, but they eyes weren't open until the man ate the fruit. And I'm gonna say this: it's all about the men. Men, you have to cover your wives and love on them, and the women got to do the same thing, because we can't just blame the men, because when you become married, you one flesh. God don't look at you as you are these two different people. He look at you as one person. And
Exactly.
so that's what he's seeing, you know what I mean? And you definitely getting into marriage. That's why I'm not remarried at this present time, because whoever it is that God has for me to remarry to be married to, it gotta be God. I mean, I need God to tell me in an audible voice, show me in a dream, vision, whatever. Like, God, Lord, this is Toya, this is your husband. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to miss God, and then I can't just be married to to anything. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, the reason why the people a lot of people judge people because of how they look. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, she's beautiful, or he look good. And then they get the premarital sex, they get the sex before the marriage, and then that right there contaminates everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna test the waters. You test the waters, you done messed everything up. You done test the waters. So we need to just trust God. I feel like trust God, and trust who He has sent in your life to be for you, and stop trying to do things on your own and be like, this is what I want. Because I'm going to say this and I'm done with that. Remember, 9 times out of 10, everything that God wants for us is not something that we want for us.
Mhm.
Everything that God, just think about it. Everything that normally that God wants for you, you be like, oh, you got to second guess it, ask somebody else's opinion about it, go down memory lane about it. And God said, no, I got this for you, because why? You just seeing the surface. You just seeing what's in front of you on this side of the street. I know what's going on around the corner, down the street. You know what I'm saying? I see on the other side that we can't see with our eyes. So I hope that helps somebody.
And another thing, when you do find that significant other, the right person that God puts in your life, just remember the devil gonna get mad. He's gonna try
Oh,
all his little tricks. Stop letting people into your business.
oh,
Because when you go around,
Jesus,
it could be your family member. Them be the main people, your family,
baby.
friends, so called. Stop letting people know everything. Some people call what y'all eat, what y'all doing. But none of you, we're being husband and wife. That's what you got to start telling people. You got to feed people with a long kind of spoon, because they're going to try to tear you apart. And it's not just
Yeah.
them, it's the spirit of evil working through them to work on what God
Yes.
built for you guys. And just keep that in.
Look, that is so important. And that's why y'all need to see that divination, because all what you just talked about is really explaining what that divination movie was explaining, everything you just talked about. And that is so important. When I learned that at a really, really early age, and even in my marriage, even in my relationship, I don't let my family know, don't get in my business. Don't ask me about my man. I don't need you. Don't even come to my house.
Just
Okay.
push it. What's such and such at? What's such? It just don't dawn on the person. None of your business.
Don't be in my
Leave us
business.
alone.
Don't come to my house. Don't ask me. I'm not even finna tip. But that's why I had a successful marriage of 15 years with my husband, because we didn't let people in our
I
business.
bet. There you
And
go.
family members tried it. They tried to put their 2 cents. You ain't even got a husband. You ain't even got a boyfriend, girl. Why is you in my business? And I protected my husband, and I didn't let nobody in that circle. I let people come over to family events, but as far as we never argue, we had disagreements, but we never argued in front of the kids, in front of the family. If outside looking in, we had the perfect marriage, which we did. You know what I mean?
That's how it's
Because
supposed
God was in it. He understood his place. I understood my place. You know what I mean? And yes, eventually, as time went on, when you leave that door open, the devil gonna creep in.
to.
You leave that back door
You leave
open,
it cracked.
devil
That's the
coming.
devil in there. He
I'm
don't want
telling you.
man.
So that's something that you both gotta work at together,
Yeah,
and you just
exactly.
can't
Got to be
gotta
on the
keep
same
people out of
page.
your ear, out of your business, out of your house, out of your bedroom. Like you cannot have people when you marry, you cannot have even your kids, your grown kids, whoever, they kids, grandmama, mama. I don't care if it's your grandma. Keep people out your business.
Got to. And on that note, we're gonna move right along. This was a good time. We're gonna have to talk about this again sometime.
Hmm.
We gonna move right along to allegedly Venezuelans been taking over complexes and stuff like that. I know I haven't heard it like no official report or nothing. I heard some about some in Colorado. There's supposed to be some here on 61st and King Drive, and I just can't see that happening because all up and down King Drive from
It's locked.
the hundreds all the way down to you get downtown. I don't see nothing like that happening. So without it being
Period.
a big, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a
Not in
big
Chicago.
right. So I'm gonna have to do a little investigation on this. And if this is true, I mean, what you think was gonna happen when they came over here? We got no structure in our community no more.
Nah.
Not gonna just put it on. I'm not gonna say no name who broke up the structure in our community and why, But now they didn't fed these Venezuelans and immigrants up in here. I mean, we are vulnerable. They don't want us to bear arms. We are real vulnerable over here. But I know it's stand up guys down in a lot of areas. They not gonna let that happen. So
Yeah.
and a lot of them are divided, but I mean, people will come together for something like that. Ain't nobody coming in Chicago taking over nothing. We
Yeah.
go take over stuff that easy, ourselves. So
Yeah.
I don't know. This is allegedly. I've been seeing this on people's social media. I haven't really been seeing no news reports about it. Although on one of the social medias I did see, they say the mayor contacted the governor of
Mm.
Colorado, and he like ignored it, said people was imagining or something. So I don't know if that's true, but we're gonna have to investigate if this is going on. I mean, government, this election coming up, people need to pay attention to who they vote for and why this happened in the first place, because this is something that could have been prevented. These people just was walking up in this country with no background checks or nothing, and
Yeah.
any and everything in their bags wasn't get searched or nothing. But this place is here. We can't even get those two in buildings that we can't get into without getting searched or showing ID. Some, so we don't know who
Absolutely.
that over here. So what's your thoughts on this, Lady T?
Well, I have a few thoughts. I don't have anything against, people coming to America to be free, but I just feel like if you're gonna bring people to this country, you need to help the people that's here first, and I'll stand on that with 10 toes down, 100%. Um, Also, I feel like the agenda behind the Venezuelans, and I could be wrong, it's my theory. The agenda I believe behind them is that, I mean, many people say they want the vice president.
Uh,
They want her to stay in office, and it's like, stay to do what? Like, put us in deeper debt.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
some people don't even look at stuff like that. Talking about she just the VP and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know VP got a lot of power that can pull strings right now. And if they're not doing it now, they're not intending to do it.
But right now, she's the president. Because the president stepped down. So she's literally in his shoes. You know what I mean? And
People
that the
to the
Democratic
blame.
Party hasn't done anything for, but just put us in deeper debt. You know what I mean? And it's just
Like setting us up for a war, neighborhood war that a lot of us not even prepared for, because
no.
I mean,
I
it's
feel like
ridiculous.
the purpose of the Venezuelans, Trump wanted to build a wall and keep the immigrants out. I feel like they brought all the immigrants here because they need probably more votes. They want them to become citizens to get the vote of her. It's gonna be like the most. It's gonna be it's like 50-50. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't do their research. They just looking like, oh, she's black. The lady is not black. She's Indian and whatever.
And she still won't answer that question directly right now. When somebody asked her that a few days ago, she looped it around and said, next question. She's never straight out said that she was black. Still not saying it, but hey, it
Because
don't
your
matter your
skin,
color or nothing. But I
it
mean,
don't care.
come on,
Even
don't
if it
try to
was,
use the race card just to get elected, though.
I'm sorry. If it was Jesse Jackson, I still would say,
And by her being the vice president, they saying that she was in control of the border. A lot of people not recognizing that. And she never even been to the border. Take a look at it because people have asked her that in several interviews and she danced around it. But somebody need to do something because this is getting out of hand and you can't just blame the immigrants too, because you never know what they was promised, what they're coming here for. It was told something that they
absolutely.
as the hundreds of thousands are coming at one time, so they just looking for their freedom too, I guess. But I mean, this just a big mess. Like you were saying, they haven't even taken care of the problem here with certain things.
Hmm.
More people like traffic ain't bad already. You see it all on the buses. The L's now is overcrowded and always have been, and it's even more overcrowded now. So they started this without really no plan. So well, at least
Yeah,
they think. Well, I don't know what they actually was planning because it looked like it's taking effect. They taking over apartment buildings and stuff. So
yeah. I, where I'm with it, I just feel as though they have a different agenda beyond what we see with our natural eyes. And it could be a number of things why they allowed the immigrants to come here. A lot of people don't know that when immigrants come here, they receive money. You know what I mean? Money that we have never received um, for the things that our ancestors went through. Um, I just feel like it's a double standard. I feel like it's a double standard. But like I said, I'm all for helping whoever. My only suggestions for the government or whoever is helping them is to help the ones that's here, whether they black, white, blue, purple. It does not matter what religion, what creed, whatever. Just it's inhumane to see people living outside in tents and in zero below weather and not able to take a shower or you know what I mean. Just like people think because God said that the poor will be with you always, that God meant that you got to live like you're poor. No, you know what I mean. It's a lot of poor people that may not have the riches and the wealth of Bill Gates or you know what I mean, other people that has a lot of money, and you can't really determine being wealthy with being rich as well either. But I will say, we as a people have to do better, and we can't like blame everything on the government. I feel like people that's in position that's able to help people in general help not just the Venezuelans, but other immigrants. What about the other immigrants who came here from Jamaica or from Africa or from whatever other country
Right.
that don't get the help, you know what I'm saying, that's homeless, or like what about those people? So not just focus on just the Venezuelans, but focus on everybody, you know what I mean, that's in need. And that's the type of God that we serve, to help everybody, not just one, background of person.
Right. And
So
I'm with you, Lady T, on this one. Like how you say, don't blame everything on the government. Don't blame everything on Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, Donald Trump, if that's the case too. Don't blame nothing on none of them. Blame it where it needs to be blamed, at evil. People have allowed evil to just, like we were saying earlier with relationships and stuff. Evil works in everything. If you leave that little door
mhm,
open just a little bit, he's gonna come in, and his whole goal, that's what he's here for, to seek and destroy. And once you let him in,
absolutely.
he's in. You know, those people coming over here never know what they was told to them or why they're doing
Mhm,
what they're doing. They angry about something. But we'll never know what it is. Maybe they letting them over here. That's why I say everybody protect yourself. They're trying to take arms away from them, but protect yourself. Maybe they're coming over here to do a potential hit that people couldn't hear, couldn't get close to. People just need to open their eyes up and just be wise and
absolutely.
protect themselves. And it's just evil roams. That's what their job is. It gets in. Government was built for good. Policing was built for good. Everything was built for good, but it just that little evil that appeared in everything. Evil was trying to take over the world, and somehow, somewhere, we're just sitting back watching it and allowing it to happen. Nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's saying nothing because everybody is being greedy over money, the
Mhm.
lust of money and stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean, in Libya, they say it was not one homeless person in Libya. Everybody had a house or an apartment.
yeah,
Education is free and stuff over there. Was, I don't know how it is now, but when their leader was over there for years, they was all the stuff was free. But here we charge for everything. A fruit grow in your backyard, you get charged for a bottle of water's costing $3 now. You charge everything over here is just you gotta get it free. That's lust and greed.
yep,
That's all that is. The love of money, eat root of all evil. And that's the bottom line of what stuff is and what's going on. And on that note, we're going to pause for a word from our sponsors and we'll return after these messages.
Many people struggle with grief, and it can weigh you down. But God wants you to be free. There is a time, a season, and a purpose for everything under the sun. This commercial was sponsored by Itz A Chicago Vibe with Lady T. Marie and Mr.Success.
Another beautiful day at the Sheridan. At it again.
DJ Mr.Success.
On the catwalk.
Or they'll go off the beam. Like, see, that one's a beam.
This is how you work. Stand around, do nothing.
That's why we get out at Encore Grand Sheridan.
Mr.Success.
Dear God, thank you for the gift of family and friends. Bless everyone, for they deserve all the goodness you have given to me. May the love that binds us only grow stronger as we fulfill the destiny you have laid out for us. Protect us against any and all problems we may encounter in the future. Give us strength to overcome all of the difficulties that we are dealing with now. Heavenly Father, bless us, Lord. In your name I pray. Amen.
All right, everybody, welcome back to It's a Chicago Vibe. Me, Mr. Success here with Lady T, and we're going to wrap things up. And you got anything coming up, Lady T, you want to tell the people about?
Well, shout out to director Miss Kim. I spoke with her today, this morning, and she'll be dropping the Chi-Town 2020. Will be coming out really soon, and we will be doing an event, an event for the movie, red carpet event, and then she has another event that I can't really disclose, and she will be helping us with helping directing our film that we got coming out soon that we're actually working on, and music. I do have two songs I'm about to drop. One is called West Side Story, and the other one is called Brighter Day, and it's a song for kids. Shout out to the producer Vaughn, who worked with some amazing people like Keisha Cole and Smokey Robinson, and the list goes on. But shout out to him for reaching out to me and sending me that amazing beat. And like I said, I got the song written. I just waiting on my producer to get with me so we can go ahead in the studio and record the song. And then hopefully I got an EP coming out really soon and do like a little, listening party, a little kickback so that people could really listen, have maybe, Sammy come and bless us with the stage. A lot of artists that's gospel because I really don't want to do secular, anymore. I'm not gonna do secular no anymore, but I want to kind of like shine a light on a lot of the gospel artists. So if you're a gospel artist and you watching this, inbox me or Sammy. We got some other things that I don't really want to talk about until we like establish it. So that's about it for me.
That's what's up. I ain't got that much going on. You can check out my webpage at United Masters. I make beats every day. You can go on there if you're looking for nice samples and stuff. You can go on United Masters, Mr.Success Media. Check that out. I do got new music coming out, a new single called I Put In Work. I'm just getting ready to work on the video before I release that. So I just did a BMO event, met a lot of nice vendors there, potential guests that'll be on the show in the near future. So other than that, here doing this in Chicago Vibe, trying to blow this up big in.
Yeah.
And hey, we're gonna keep this
We
going.
and we are on more platforms, right?
Yes, definitely. Going to
Yeah.
all platforms and stuff. It's supposed to upload. I didn't check Spotify this week, the last show we released, but I know the first one I saw it on Spotify, Amazon, and everything. So
Okay. And also we on Spotify. It's a Chicago Vibe, the same way it's spelled. We're on Spotify, TikTok. I'm trying to get more content to put out. It takes a lot to do these shows. So don't think that it's easy with everything else going on, you know what I mean, to do it. So give us a little grace, but you definitely can find us on YouTube. You can't find us nowhere. Every week we drop a new episode, at least we try to. And we just want to thank all you fans for who've been supporting the show, sharing the show. We try to give y'all different content every week. Yeah, we got some amazing stuff for y'all. So just keep watching.
watching for the future. It's gonna get better and better.
Yeah.
Better. So before we get out of here, Lady T, you know the business. Hit the people with the words of affirmation.
Whew. Today's words of affirmation is to stay focused, never give up, continue to do what God put in you to do, to keep people, the naysayers out of your ear gates. You know what I mean? Keep people out your circle that don't want to see you elevate, that's trying to hinder you from your God-given purpose and destiny on earth, and be around people who are like-minded, that want to see you win, that want to see you grow, and send it forward. Everything that, every seed that was planted in you that was positive, send that forward to somebody else, because you never know how a person's day is going. You never know if your smile or a nice gesture to a person could brighten up that person's day. So just send everything positive that someone is giving you, just send it forward to the next person. And I'm signing out. I'm your girl, Lady T. Marie, with It's a Chicago Vibe, sending love to the world and hugs to them thugs.
DJ Mr. Success.
You know my motto: when you with Mr. Success, you always have a ball. If I can't tell the truth, it's nothing at all. Mr. Success, bringing pleasure, no stress. Until next time, y'all, peace.
Peace out.
C-H-I-C-A-G-O, C-H-I-C-A, let's go, 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 C-H-I-C-A-G-O.
Thank y'all for tuning in to It's a Chicago Vibe. But before you go, don't forget to click the link below and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.